January 29th, 2024. So this day was a bit of a quieter and slower day for sure. In the morning, I primarily did some organizing to make sure that everything is in order, that I have all the projects that I have in mind laid out and organized, as well as just work that I have to do. Mostly a lot of editing, but it feels good to finally have that all in one place, tidied up, because I do think the chaos of Japan has definitely made it harder for me to stay organized. And I definitely feel like I'm noticing a big difference of me here in Japan versus me at home. I think when I was at home, a lot of things were a bit more accessible in terms of, let's say, the piano, food in the fridge, as well as my actual work computer that I do most of my stuff on. But here in Japan, I have to go out to get food. I tend to pretty much don't really cook at all, actually. And I don't like bringing my laptop around with me, so I don't really work on stuff when I'm outside of my room. And the piano part, much harder to make music here, as well as practice piano. So I think for me, I'm starting to adapt to my environment, and my environment is pushing me towards certain directions. Obviously, since I'm in Japan, focusing on learning the language is a priority, and I also talked about that in a different video, how I'm mainly focusing on that while I'm here, and I'm making it one of the things that I'm going to really try to do. But it also oddly seems like I want to do more video related things while I'm here as well. There's just so many things I'm learning, doing, trying, and new experiences that I just want to capture and share. So I'm sort of letting myself move towards that direction, while at home I was actively trying to stop myself because I wanted to move more towards music and doing things related to that. But now that I don't really have that barrier in my mind, I can feel my brain starting to just think of ideas for me to do for YouTube and for video creation in general. And I feel like it's gonna be fun. I feel like I held myself back for a very long time, and I'm finally just letting myself just do the things that I really feel like doing. So let's see how that goes. But if I'm to be honest, the rest of the day was okay. I think the classroom stuff for today, since the teachers rotate, this teacher for me, I suppose, just isn't really a teacher that matches what I want or my learning style. It's not as active or involved, and he's one of the less energetic teachers, I'd say. So at least in comparison to the other teachers, it is interesting because my new friend that I met, who is from the area, from Japan, she's told me that teachers in Japan tend not to be that energetic, and it's kind of rare to see teachers that are. Either way though, it reminded me of my time in college or high school, when I could not pay attention whatsoever, was dozing off or distracted, and that is a feeling I really don't want to feel again. So I'm definitely going to try to plan something just in case I get that way during class. And I will say this is definitely one of the only times I felt that way so far. Language school overall has been a great experience. So by no means am I letting this single day define the experience. It's just more so I gotta realize that some days might be like this, especially when the teacher doesn't match my style. But after that, I had some sushi with a friend from the school, and we went to a place I was interested in because it was the same exact name as a sushi place in Osaka that I've been to every single time I visited Japan the past 2 times. I don't know the name of it, unfortunately. I know that it has the kanji symbol of big and water as well, so it's probably dai something sui, I'm not sure, but I literally have a photo of it in Instagram as well, and I don't remember the name. It's the English name as well. Okay, anyways, you can find it in Kyoto Tower. It's underneath in the basement area, so basement, or not basement, B floor, I guess. It's called Tokyo Sando is the area, and it has a lot of restaurants in that area. And I think if you just keep going to the left corner after you enter, you'll find the restaurant, and it is as solid as the sushi place in Osaka. Definitely great quality. And I had my fill, and it was only $12. And if you were to go eat sushi in California, you could get very little for $12. So definitely worth checking out if you're around Kyoto Tower. which is right next to Kyoto Station, which you will inevitably go to if you're coming from Tokyo. It's one of the sushi spots that's not really listed in the maps, or at least not Apple Maps at least. But after that, I met up with my friend, the one I just made recently, and we just walked a little bit and talked a little bit. She was pretty tired from some events from the weekend, so it wasn't a long meeting, but it was still good to just see a new friend. But after that, I caught up on some journals, and now I am here. So I'd say the lesson for today is just to really take the time to organize things, because I do feel a lot better now that everything has been organized. I think for the first time in about 3 to 4 weeks since I've arrived to Japan, things are organized. And I'm finally following like a stripped down version of my schedule. Previously, I had like a lot more on my schedule, but I'm like, there's just no way I can do all of these things. So I just have one focus during each segment of the day. So in the morning, it's usually going to be either like work related, like me editing, doing video stuff, writing, or potentially even like music, even though that's a bit harder to do here. And then the thing at noon is Japanese learning, of course, since the school. And then the third one is usually going to be like some sort of event or hangout that I have with my friends. And I think sometimes I will also like try to have like an adventure or two in the morning as well, since it's way nicer to visit the temples and naturey areas in the morning while there's less people. That's pretty much my rhythm so far, now that I'm here in Kyoto, Japan after about a month. I do feel like it is unfortunate that I've accepted that it's just harder to work on music stuff here, just because I don't have a piano that's very, very easily accessible like immediately when I have like my thoughts, my ideas. And it's very hard to record with just a MIDI keyboard, because I do really like playing the entire thing on a full-size keyboard when I'm inserting MIDI. Still, I'll do my best, like I said, but I gotta let the environment guide me sometimes. And I know once I do get back home, I'll have access to that again and be able to make the music I want to. So it's just me thinking about like, what are the things that I really can only do here, or the things that I can effectively do here because of the environment. And learning, speaking, practicing Japanese, that's definitely one of them, as well as the adventuring and exploring and meeting new friends and everything. And that is pretty much the lesson. I'll catch you guys in the next one.